this feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe, who is the Madonna of the Americas, I would like to congratulate those who are ordained to their major and minor orders. I'd like to also congratulate their families and friends and all of the faithful who have come this morning to witness this beautiful ceremony and event. When I think of the times in which we live, we see in the church what is nothing less than the apostasy spoken of by St. Paul in his second epistle to the Thessalonians. The day of the Lord will not come, that is the second coming, unless the apostasy comes first. And what could be more clear than what has happened within the church since the Second Vatican Council? It is so clear because it pertains to the very first commandment of God. I am the Lord thy God. Thou shalt not have strange gods before me. It is a sin against faith for Catholics to worship with other religions and other churches because God is revealed through Jesus Christ, the one true religion, the one true church. Vatican II changed all that. The new mission of the Novus Ordo Church is to acknowledge, preserve, and promote the good in other religions, not to convert them to Christ. And when we see the false ecumenism, the modern hierarchy worshiping with other religions and other churches, we see very, very clearly not only a sin against faith and a violation of the first commandment of God, but we see a very clear imparting of Canon 1258, which forbids active participation of Catholics with non-Catholic churches and religions. Pope Pius XI, in his encyclical Mortali Animos, addressed this very thing explicitly. He said, true ecumenism is to convert the world to Christ. False ecumenism is based on religious indifferentism, that one religion is as good as another. We all need to join together and all tolerate one another and all recognize one another and all try to get along and promote good within the world. No, God is revealed through Christ, the one true religion. So when we think of what's happened within the church, this is a very special occasion because we know that our Lord promised that the gates of hell would not prevail against his church. There is a spiritual battle going on, and that battle is for the souls of men. The apostasy had to come first, because then once the voice of the vicar of Christ was silenced, as St. Paul in his epistle to the Thessalonians says, the mystery of iniquity is already at work, provided only he who at present restrains, still restrains till he's gotten out of the way. And who is that one who has held down to the centuries, even in the time of St. Paul, who has held back the mystery of iniquity? The Pope. In fact, the Masons said this very thing. We cannot destroy the church outwardly. We have to infiltrate and destroy it from within. We'll eventually infiltrate and get our own man on the throne of Peter. And all the while people are thinking they're marching under the banner of the keys of St. Peter, we will destroy their faith with our Masonic ideas. False ecumenism, religious indifferentism, religious liberty. Man is free to worship God any way he wants. He can reject the religion revealed by God. That is all Freemasonic principles. On this feast of Our Lady of Guadalupe, how wonderfully our Blessed Mother intervened for the faith in Mexico. In 1531, she appeared. And what a turning point it was when she did appear, how quickly the faith spread. And it was because of Our Lady's powerful intercession. We need Our Lady's intercession in these times of apostasy, and also within the world, spiritual darkness. Immorality surrounds us on every side, the most gross forms of immorality. Satan has been so successful in destroying souls. But let us remember our Blessed Mother, the Mother of God. She was chosen by God to crush the head of Satan. And when we see ceremonies like we see this morning, we see Our Lady's powerful intercession, that the Church is persevering. May not be in great numbers, but nevertheless, the true faith is there. Valid ordinations and the true profession of the Catholic faith. When our Blessed Mother appeared in Mexico, we know that she chose Juan Diego, a very simple, humble peasant. Juan Diego was a newly converted Aztec Indian, converted to the faith, and how simple he was in his devotion to Our Lady. He felt himself unworthy to fulfill this task of going to Bishop Zumarraga in Mexico City and asking that a church be built in this very remote place. Nevertheless, our Blessed Mother intervened. As Juan Diego was going down the path to get a priest to help his uncle, Juan Bernardino, who was dying, Our Lady appeared to him and said that his uncle would live and that he should go up this hill of Tepeyac, and there he would find the sign to show the bishop that Our Lady truly wants this church built in this place. In the middle of winter, there were roses blooming. And these were not ordinary roses, they were Castilian roses that grow only in Spain. And Juan Diego was overjoyed. Here's the sign. Surely the bishop will believe me now. He gathered the roses in his ayeta, that cactus cloak of his. He went to the bishop's residence, and as he presented the bishop the roses, Your Excellency, here's a sign from Our Lady. As he threw down the roses, the bishop and the priest and those attending the bishop fell on their knees, as at that moment, right before their eyes, the image of the Virgin Mary appeared on his cloak on the tomb. As we've spoken so often before, this is a miraculous event. The ayeta should have deteriorated after 30 or 40 or 50 years. Our Lady appeared in 1531. It's going on 500 years old, and the tilma is still intact. As we mentioned in our sermon